without any doubt, the greatest bodybuilding show on earth.
You don't want to miss this.
Best show in the world.
Well, I'm very excited.
Best Arnold weekend ever.
To your winner, Derek Lunsford.
Let's go.
Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video, guess what? We don't have any drama. Guy Citernino did not respond to my second video about him. I'm guessing he realized that the whole thing is pretty self-explanatory. Everybody realizes what he did, so there's no point in dragging this any further. But he did make sure to advertise his coaching exactly the day after he announced the whole thing. So guys, better hurry up, DM Guy plan, and Guy will become your second set of eyes. Anyways, the first thing today, guys, is an update from Andrew Jacked. And what an update, man. What a crazy freaking update. Now, usually, guys, when I start my videos, what I tell you is what was my first thought when I saw this or the other physique update. And I always remember what was my first thought. And in this situation, my thought was Andrew Jacked at his best versus Samson Dauda at his best. This was a question on my Serbian podcast, and it got me to think about this, and my answer right off the bat was Samson wins. Samson from 2024 beats any version of Andrew Jacked, even the one from the Mr. Olympia 2025, which I think is still Andrew's best look up to date. It was better than this year's Arnold, but he won the Arnold because Hadi was slightly off, Derek wasn't there, and Nick, well, they just won't choose Nick to be the Arnold Classic champion. So Andrew won. However, at basically 1 week out of the Arnold Classic UK, we got a new set of photos from Andrew Jacked, and in these, man, Andrew looks like a freaking monster, because he carved up like a freaking maniac, and this looks crazy, man. This looks next level. Now, do I think that maybe they're gonna go for crazy fullness and size for the Arnold UK? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think this really works that well for Andrew, because when he goes for fullness, he loses that little separation that he already has in his, that he doesn't have really in his glutes and hamstrings. If Andrew went with big fullness and not exactly crispy conditioning, I don't think that would play out the best on the stage, but right here in these photos, it looks absolutely nuts, man. What he's doing here is probably he's eating a lot and drinking a lot, and he's gonna dehydrate for the Arnold Classic, probably deplete a little so he has better separation in his quads, in his glutes, in his lower body from behind mainly. His upper body was conditioned enough at the Arnold. It's the lower body that is not really super diced, and here with this fullness, his lower body, as you can see, guys, doesn't look super shredded. And overall, it's a great look. It's a phenomenal look. It's an insane look. And it got me thinking that this could be potentially an even better look than that of Samson Dauda at his best. Because Samson doesn't really have this shape, man. He doesn't have bulging biceps and triceps and shoulders, and his chest is not this freaking 3D. He doesn't have these lines, this separation, this quality, basically. But Samson has some other strong parts of his physique, like he's, I would say, more complete, more round, more, I would say, bigger, more filled out. His frame is basically fully filled out. Samson is just massive, man, and he doesn't look like a tall guy. I mean, he's obviously quite a bit shorter than Andrew. Actually, he's 6 foot and Andrew is like 6'2", so that's a pretty big difference in height. But looking at these photos again, Andrew Jacked looks like he can go against anybody with size today, including a full and big Derek Lunsford and a Samson Dauda that is on, because this is looking nuts here, man. Now, would I like to see Andrew super carved up and full at the Arnold UK? I think I would love to see that, to see how it would look, because maybe at this point of his career, when he gained this certain maturity to the muscle, maybe a more fuller look would actually look more impressive. But I doubt that, honestly. I think they tried this card a couple of times. Like, if you're comparing the Romania Pro last year to the Mr. Olympia, he was fuller and bigger at Romania, but he still looked better than Mr. Olympia, even though he was flatter. But it's the crispy, the conditioned look that works best for Andrew, at least in my opinion. And I think Chris Aceto figured that out as well. But look at this shape right here, man, in the front double, and the size of his head compared to his freaking arms, and the lats, how much they're popping out, and this small, tiny waist, man. And his legs right here, when he's fuller, are actually showing some pretty good width. And the more I'm paying attention to his physique, I don't see that he's holding a ton of water, really. Like, he is really full, but I think he's full of carbs. I don't think he's water. I think his muscle is just so filled with glycogen that the separation is kind of disappearing. And that can happen sometimes, guys, when you are too full, even before you spill over. You're not spilled over, you're dry, but you're too full, you can blur some of the lines. And I don't think that's something Andrew can afford on stage. He can afford to do that in his Instagram photos. It looks damn impressive, and he's keeping his body fresh. But for the stage, he needs to dry out, in my opinion. So I don't think we'll see this version of Andrew on the Arnold Classic UK stage. If we did, considering that Hyde is probably not competing, Nick Walker is not competing, and that his only competition is probably going to be who? Martin Fitzwater. Come on. It's going to be an easy win for Andrew, and I don't know if Martin is actually going to show up, so it might be even without Martin. So who would challenge Andrew? Nobody. The next guy would be probably Brandon Curry, and that's it. So he can play with the look. He can try something different, try the fuller look, but I don't think he'll risk it. So again, I don't think we'll see this Andrew on that stage, but even if we do, it still could be, it probably will be a winning Andrew Jack. I don't know if he needs to be that conditioned to beat these guys, because he's defeating them with this structure, really phenomenal, superior structure. I don't know if there ever was a bodybuilder with a structure like this, man, especially in the front shots. Crazy physique. Tell me, guys, down below in the comments, what do you think about Andrew Jack's physique right now in 2026, 1 week before the Arnold Classic UK? All right, the next physique update we got for today, guys, is one from Nick Walker. And the question surrounding Nick Walker's name right now, is he pulling out or skipping the Mr. Olympia? Why is that even the question? Well, somebody asked him in the comments, are you doing the Mr. Olympia this year? And his reply was, I am not qualified. LOL. And I thought, well, obviously he's not qualified. Who the hell would think that this means that he's pulling out of the Mr. Olympia and not doing it at all this year? Really? Who said this? Was it Nick Strength and Power? Well, that would make sense, because Nick is not a bodybuilder. He doesn't understand these bodybuilders, their mindset. Nick Walker is a machine. This guy is addicted to bodybuilding to the level that's not healthy at all. I think we all know that. And when Nick Walker said he wants to take some time off, he wants to relax his body a little bit, he did not mean take a full year off, guys. No. Don't kid yourselves. No, this guy meant take a week off. Just skip Detroit, basically, in Arnold UK. And that's it. 2 weeks, maybe. And he's going to actually be training like a maniac for those 2 weeks. He's only going to eat a little bit more. And that's it. And I don't think he's going to go off the plan too much. I think he'll have a cheat day or 2 cheat days, maybe throw in a couple of cheat meals here and there for maybe 2 weeks, and then he'll go back to his original plan and stay on track for the rest of the year, basically. and he'll still do the cardio, he'll still take the drugs, he'll still train like a maniac and eat all of his meals. This guy doesn't know how to stop bodybuilding, to pause bodybuilding, so why the hell would he not compete at Mr. Olympia? Now, if I was a betting man, what I would say is that he's going to probably do the Pittsburgh Pro. It makes the most sense. He can earn the most money. And, sucking up to the manions can't hurt, right? So I think he's going to do that show probably. I don't think he needs more time to rest. Yes, Guy did say that the plan is not to do the New York and the Pittsburgh, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a big possibility of Nick changing his mind about that. If he doesn't change his mind, then it's going to be one of the shows before the Mr. Olympia. I do not think that Nick Walker is going to skip his opportunity to compete at the Mr. Olympia. He can just do freaking Texas and then just do the Mr. Olympia or some other show that's right before the Mr. Olympia. He will do that most certainly, guys. Don't kid yourselves, guys. This is Nick Walker we're talking about, a freaking machine, a guy that is so addicted to bodybuilding. He just can't stop. That all of his coaches are lowering his doses one after the next, and they're still doing that. Next year, he'll get a new coach, or maybe in a couple of weeks, realistically, and that coach is going to lower his doses again. So this guy doesn't know how to stop. He's going to prep, guys. He thrives in the bodybuilding prep. He needs to prep for the show. He doesn't have social life. He has nothing out of bodybuilding. He doesn't have a girlfriend, as far as I know. He doesn't have a wife. He doesn't have a family. I mean, he has his parents, and he has his dog, and the rest of his world is freaking bodybuilding. So no, Nick is not skipping the Mr. Olympia. Come on, stop with that nonsense. Now, Nick did post a couple of photos, and if we're looking at Andrew Jack's photos, let's take a look at Nick as well. Now, the first thing that I'm thinking looking at this is, why didn't he take the tan off completely? It's really not that difficult. You need to scrub it once, basically, and it gets off. I understand wanting to look tanned for a while after the show, but to look like this and take the gym selfies and the photos and photo shoots with your body being half covered in Pro Tan and half washed, it doesn't make any sense. So I think he should have scrubbed his body harder when he took a shower and removed the Pro Tan. But anyways, his physique looks crazy. I mean, at his usual, right? Like, this would be a good look for, I don't know, a couple of weeks out of the show. Or actually, he can definitely dry out and compete in 1 week from now. But he's holding more water probably because he just competed and took a couple of diuretics, as Guy says, 3/4 of a thiazide. I think that was actually, Guy doesn't remember, which is super surprising. Prepping the best bodybuilder in the world and not remembering how much diuretic did you give him. That's kind of strange as well, but never mind. As far as Nick right here, big, huge, shredded, impressive, and one of the best bodybuilders in the world right now. Again, he most certainly could have beaten Andrew Jack if the judging went into a different direction, but apparently they're going for more streamlined, more aesthetic, more aesthetically pleasing physiques, which I like for sure. But again, if the criteria was the way it was, let's say in the early 2000s, for example, Nick would win this show easily. So again, it's just the matter of the current criteria and the judges' preference, but this is arguably the best bodybuilder in the world, again, considering the criteria shifts around and then changes basically every couple of years. Now, the last thing we got for today, guys, is an update from Wesley Vissers, the king of Detroit. And this guy just looks insane in his training videos, like his shape of his muscle bellies and his proportions and his crazy arms and his pretty freaking phenomenal back. It all just looks crazy. The craziest thing about him is probably his shoulders, his delt separation. And, guys, I've been thinking about that whole King of Detroit thing. And the more I'm looking at Wesley's physique, I can kind of see the reason why he won. If we do have the overall between Classic and the Open, and the guys like the Classic guy more, and he's more impressive overall, Yeah, sure. I'll admit it, guys. I see the point. You convinced me to a point, not completely, because my main argument was that it's a shame for an open winner to be basically ignored, to not be the king of the show. And it's probably a bad incentive for the future open guys doing this show, because they will know if they go against a more popular classic guy, they will lose the overall. So maybe that's actually the reason why none of the top guys showed up in Detroit. I don't know. But again, I still have that opinion that it's not cool for the open guy to lose to a classic guy. But I understand that the people could have voted for Wesley because he has a very impressive, very special physique, not only because they like him as a person, he's popular on social media, but it is what it is. Wesley Vissers is the king of Detroit, and he's going to probably be the king of Arnold Classic UK unless Mike Sommerfeld messes up his plans. We'll see about that. It's going to be a really, really interesting battle. Unfortunately, guys, I probably won't be able to live stream that show because at the same time we got Balkan Championships happening over here, actually in Turkey, so I'll probably be there. I'll probably make a video, but I don't think I'll do a really good coverage of the Arnold UK. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a coach as well, as you guys know, and I'm helping some of my clients on the field. It's more important to me, to be honest, to help those guys to achieve the best possible result than to make the video for YouTube. One show, you guys will survive without me. You'll watch Nixon and Power. You're going to be fine. Anyways, down below in the comment section, guys, you tell me, what do you think about Andrew's current look? Should he come fuller to the Arnold UK? And is his best better than Samson's best? Also, what do you think about Nick Walker? Do you think he might be skipping the Mr. Olympia? Because I don't think so. Not 1%, guys. No, absolutely not. But you feel free to tell me your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. See you soon, guys. All the best, and bye-bye.